The bell at the door has such a musical and welcoming chime.
It was made to announce guests who have a passion for style.
I am Emma. I have a small fashion emergency for an upcoming ball.
Every emergency is just a puzzle waiting for a needle. I am Sebastian.
This shop smells exactly like my grandmother's sewing room.
That is the scent of steam, cedarwood, and high-quality wool.
I brought a dress that needs a little bit of magic and care.
Please, place it on the wooden counter so I can examine the fabric.
It is a silk gown that belonged to my mother years ago.
The weave is very fine, and the color is still quite vibrant.
I am afraid the hem is a bit too long for me to walk safely.
Walking is important, but dancing is even more vital for a ball.
You speak like someone who knows a lot about dance floors.
I spend my days ensuring clothes move as gracefully as people do.
My students are hosting a literature-themed dance this Friday night.
Are you going as a specific character from a famous book?
I want to represent the elegance of a classic Victorian heroine.
This dress definitely has the right spirit for such a role.
The lace around the collar feels a little bit loose today.
I can tighten those stitches to make it look brand new.
Is it difficult to work with such delicate antique silk?
It requires a very light hand and a lot of patience.
I have plenty of patience when it comes to teaching my students.
Then you understand the importance of focusing on small details.
A single wrong word can change the meaning of a whole poem.
And a single wrong stitch can ruin the drape of a skirt.
We both have to be very precise in our daily work then.
That is the common ground between a tailor and a teacher.
Should I put the dress on for the initial measurements?
Yes, the fitting room is just behind that velvet curtain.
Write 1 English word in comments. 5 people get 10 English lessons free.
This mirror makes me feel like I am in a different century.
Mirrors are the only honest critics in a tailor shop.
I am standing as straight as a soldier for you, Sebastian.
Keep your shoulders relaxed so the fabric falls naturally.
The silk feels very cold against my skin this morning.
It will warm up once you start moving around the room.
I think the hem needs to be raised by at least 2 inches.
Let me mark the spot with this white tailor's chalk.
I always wondered how you got the lines so perfectly straight.
It is a mixture of a steady eye and a lot of practice.
I use a similar red pen to mark mistakes in student essays.
My chalk marks are suggestions for beauty, not corrections of errors.
That is a much more positive way to look at a marking tool.
I want you to be able to glide across the floor without tripping.
A graceful entrance is the dream of every young teacher.
You will look like a vision from a romantic novel, Emma.
Thank you for the compliment. It gives me a bit more confidence.
Confidence is the best accessory any person can wear.
Do you think the waist needs to be taken in slightly?
Only a tiny bit to emphasize the silhouette of the bodice.
I don't want it to be too tight for a long dinner.
I will leave enough room for you to breathe and laugh comfortably.
Laughter is a very important part of every school celebration.
I will add a hidden stitch to reinforce the side seams.
You think of everything that might happen during an evening.
A tailor must prepare for both the quiet moments and the dances.
The chalk feels a bit ticklish on the edge of the fabric.
I am almost finished with the marks on the front.
I can't wait to see the final shape of the transformation.
You can step down from the wooden platform now, Emma.
I never realized there were so many shades of green in the world.
Each spool has a different personality and a different purpose.
This one looks like the color of moss in a deep forest.
And this one is more like a bright emerald under a spotlight.
We need something that disappears into the silk of the dress.
I recommend this subtle forest shade for the main seams.
It matches the darker tones of the floral pattern perfectly.
The thread must be strong enough to hold, but thin enough to hide.
Like the themes in a story that connect everything secretly.
You really do see the world through your books, don't you?
It makes life feel much more organized and meaningful to me.
I see the world through the grain of the fabric and the tension of the line.
Every profession has its own unique set of spectacles.
This thread is made of high-quality cotton from the South.
It feels very smooth when I run it between my fingers.
It won't snap even if the dress gets caught on a chair.
That is a very reassuring thought for a clumsy teacher.
I will use a vintage needle that belonged to my grandfather.
Was he the one who started this wonderful little shop?
He taught me that every garment deserves a piece of your soul.
I try to give a piece of my heart to every lesson I prepare.
Then our grandfathers would have been very proud of us both.
I am picking this spool because it has a slight shimmer.
That shimmer will catch the candlelight in the ballroom.
I want to look like I am glowing from the inside out.
The right thread is the first step toward that goal.
I trust your expert judgment for all the technical parts.
I will begin the hand stitching as soon as the sun sets.
Does the evening light help you focus on the work?
The silence of the night is when the needle moves best. I notice the metal zipper on your coat is acting a bit stubborn.
It has been stuck since the first day of the winter frost.
Let me take a look at the teeth of the mechanism.
I was afraid I would have to replace the entire thing.
Sometimes a little bit of graphite and a steady hand is enough.
You are moving it so carefully, like a surgeon in a hospital.
One wrong pull could bend the metal beyond any repair.
I usually just tug at it until I get frustrated.
Force is rarely the answer when it comes to delicate things.
That is a lesson I often teach my most impatient students.
Nature and machines both respond much better to a gentle touch.
Look at that. It is sliding up and down so easily.
I just had to realign one small tooth near the bottom.
You saved my favorite winter coat from the back of the closet.
It is a beautiful coat. It deserves to be seen in the snow.
I will wear it with pride on my walk home today.
I'm glad I could help with this small problem as well.
Is there anything in a wardrobe that you cannot fix?
I cannot fix a lack of style, but everything else is possible.
I think my style is safe in your capable hands.
I will apply a tiny bit of wax to keep it gliding.
It smells a bit like honey and old beeswax candles.
It is a natural lubricant that doesn't stain the fabric.
Your knowledge of these little tricks is truly impressive.
These are the secrets passed down through 3 generations.
I feel like I'm visiting a museum of practical wisdom.
A tailor shop is a place where the past meets the present.
I am very grateful that you took the time for this.
It only took a moment of my time to make your day better.
Every kindness counts, especially during a busy school week.
I've found a piece of lace that might enhance the sleeves.
It looks like a pattern of frost on a window pane.
It is handmade Chantilly lace from an old Parisian collection.
It is almost too beautiful to touch with my bare hands.
Go ahead, feel how light and airy the threads are.
It feels like I am touching a butterfly's wings, Sebastian.
I can sew a small border of this around your cuffs.
That would add such a sophisticated touch to the gown.
It will also hide the slight wear on the edges of the silk.
You are brilliant at turning flaws into decorative features.
That is the ultimate goal of every creative artist.
I try to do that with my students' unique personalities.
Every person has a different texture, just like these fabrics.
Some are as soft as silk and some are as tough as denim.
And both are useful for making something wonderful.
Will the lace be too heavy for the delicate arm seams?
No, I will use a hidden support layer of fine tulle.
I am learning so many new words for my vocabulary today.
Tulle is the secret ingredient for every fairy tale dress.
I want my students to feel like they are in a fairy tale too.
A teacher who cares this much is a gift to any school.
I just want them to have memories they will keep forever.
They will certainly remember how elegant their teacher looked.
I hope they focus more on the poetry than on my dress.
They will focus on both, because beauty and art are connected.
You have a very philosophical mind for a young tailor.
I spend a lot of time alone with my thoughts and my needle.
The lace is settled. Let's add it to the final plan.
I will have everything ready for your final fitting on Thursday.
I am already dreaming about the finished result. I can hardly recognize myself in this grand mirror.
The dress fits you like a second, much more elegant skin.
The hem is exactly at the right height for my favorite shoes.
Walk toward the window so we can see the movement.
It feels so light, as if I am floating on a soft cloud.
The lace on the cuffs adds just the right amount of sparkle.
I am so glad we decided to use that forest green thread.
It is completely invisible to the eye, just as I promised.
My mother would be so happy to see her dress like this.
You are carrying her history with a very modern grace.
Thank you for putting so much heart into this project, Sebastian.
It was a privilege to work on such a meaningful garment.
How much do I owe you for all this magic and hard work?
For a teacher who inspires children, I have a special rate.
I want to make sure I pay you fairly for your immense talent.
Let's settle on a price that makes us both happy.
I will tell everyone at the school about your wonderful shop.
That would be the best payment I could ever receive.
I am placing the dress back into the protective garment bag.
Carry it carefully and keep it away from the damp air.
I will hang it in the driest part of my small apartment.
I wish you the most wonderful time at the poetry ball.
I will send you a photograph of the event if you like.
I would be delighted to see the dress in its natural habitat.
I feel like I am ready to face any challenge now.
A well-fitted suit or dress is a suit of armor for the soul.
I will remember that quote for my next lecture on literature.
Goodbye, Emma, and have a magical evening on Friday.
Goodbye, Sebastian, and thank you for being a true artist.